Skinny Hardaway Southern T, back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, I greatly appreciate you sliding through. If it's your first time, do your boy solid. Don't make it your last time. Hit that subscription button as well. We talk this good MMA, boxing, sports, parlays, predictions every single day, not just today. Today, we're here with a PFL round 2 or the semifinals, right? Whatever you want to call it. PFL tournament number 6, round 2. We got welterweights. And we got women's lightweight, right? So we got men's welterweight, we got men's lightweight, and we got women's flyweight, right? We also got bantamweight on here as well. So we got bantamweights, lightweights, welterweights, and women's flyweights. You know what I mean? So pretty nice card coming from the PFL. There are some names on here that I'm interested to see, right? We got Dyra Kelly. Got Kevin Lee making a return, right? We got Dron on here. We got Rabadanov. Liz Carmuch is on this card. We got Archie Kogan on this card. Archie Kogan is in the fight. We're going to talk about that a little later. There's some good fights on this card, man. So I ain't going to waste too much of y'all time. We'll go ahead. We'll keep the main thing the main thing. We'll start with the main event with Rabadanov and Kevin Lee. Right? So Barno versus Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee is a late replacement. He's had about maybe, a month up until this point, right, to get ready, 3 weeks to a month to get ready, right? I expect Kevin Lee to be in shape. He was supposed to be fighting in the GFL, but that thing postponed. So I would assume that he's in shape. Hasn't been, the most active as far as fighting, but I'm on the edge, Kevin Lee to be in shape. Rabadanov completely destroyed former UFC fighter Mark DeCasey in his last fight, right? Completely destroyed him. I thought Mark DeCasey would, stand some sort of chance, right? Mark DeCasey did not stand a chance at all, right? Kevin Lee's last fight was a grappling match versus Chad Mendez, right? Which was canceled after that. He fought Thiago Oliveira in the Lights Out Championship, in which he won. So his last fight was in 2024. Not quite on this level, though, right? Again, he's facing off against Rabadanov, who looked absolutely insane in his last fight, versus Mark DeCasey. He destroyed him. Couldn't believe how easily he destroyed Mark DeCasey. He's pretty much been destroying everybody in this, right? While I do like Keith Lee, while I do like Kevin Lee, I feel like Kevin Lee is a bit overmatched in this with Rabadanov. Maybe Kevin Lee could match Rabadanov with brute power, but I think Rabadanov is a much better striker than Kevin Lee, right? And I think eventually he's probably going to knock Kevin Lee out. So I got Rabadanov beating Kevin Lee, maybe, stoppage, maybe second round or something like that. In the next fight, we got Liz Carmuch versus Laura Dana. I think this fight is a little closer, right, than the odds indicate. Carmuch is around minus 200. Laura is Dana is dangerous. Both these guys are good on the ground. Women, right? Both these women are good at submission. I'm going to edge Carmuch, but not overly confident in it. I like Dana. I think she's an up-and-coming prospect, right? I think it's going to be a grappling wrestling match that Liz Carmuch should be able to win. All right, we got Archie Kogan versus Mansoor Barno. This is going to be a great fight, low-key. I think this is going to be one of the best fights on the card, on paper. Now, we could get a style matchup where, these guys come out here, they make it a wrestling match, and it's spent most of the time on his back. Or we could get a style matchup to where, is action all the way through. They're fighting on the feet, they're fighting on the ground. And we get, and the fans, win in the end because we get an extremely exciting fight. Tough fight to call. I'm going to edge Archie Kogan. I think he'll be able to, get it to the ground if need be, but that's not even necessarily a safe place for Mansoor, right? Because he has great, a great ground game as well, has grappling submissions as well. It's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good fight. I'm taking Kogan, right? The odds in this fight are close, and they should be. This is going to be a good fight right here, man. I got Archie Kogan to win, and what I think is going to be a 3-round decision for sure. It goes the distance. I'm edging Archie Kogan, right? Going to be a tough, close fight. Next fight, we got Jake Hadley versus Marceli Alves. I think this is going to be a good fight as well. Some nice matchups on this card. I'm going to lean Alves. I think, striking on the feet. Maybe Hadley is slightly better, but I think Alves is, has a bigger advantage on the ground than Jake Hadley, who does have some ground game, some submissions, right? But not to the level of Alves. Again, I think Alves can handle himself on the feet. Think he's better on the ground. Think he's more comfortable wherever the fight goes. I got Alves for the win. Jake Hadley will be, a pretty nice test for Alves, though. All right, next fight, we got Windsor versus Gutierrez. And shout out to Windsor, man. Windsor came through my page after his last fight, in which I picked against him. And he apologized to me because I said something about him missing weight in my video. He came back. He said, I apologize, bro. I missed weight. Won't happen again, right? So he dropped a comment on my video about his last fight. This time, I'm going to actually take Windsor for the win. Both these guys are coming off big upset wins in their last fight. I'm going to take Windsor. Windsor is a big guy, strong guy. He's going to wrestle. He's going to use his advantage. And I think he's going to win this fight by keeping Gutierrez on his back. So Windsor for the win. All right, we got another fight banger. We got Primise versus Alfie Davis. A battle of MMA veterans wrestler versus striker. Primise being the wrestler, the striker being Alfie Davis, going to be a great fight. I would lean the wrestling edge to I would lean on the wrestling edge of Brent Primise over the striking of Alfie Davis, but Alfie Davis is dangerous. If Brent Primise's gas tank isn't on point and he's able to wrestle for 3 rounds, then he will lose this fight. But I'm going to go with Brent Primise on the win. I think he'll be able to wrestle, control Alfie Davis for 3 rounds. Brent Primise for the win, and what I think is going to be a close fight. This could be a split decision either way. In the next fight, we got Gina Bishop versus Shakalova. Gina Bishop is the slight favorite in this fight. I love Gina Bishop, right? Love her grappling, love her style, love her story. I am going to go with Shakalova in this. This is going to be a grappling match. Both of these women are grappler submission women, right? I think Shakalova is a little better at striking on the feet, at least a little more powerful, right? I think she has a bit more of the strength edge. I think she'll be able to use that against Gina Bishop, right, to her advantage. I hope I'm wrong about this fight, man. I'm pulling for Bishop, big fan of Bishop, but I got Shakalova with the upset win in this one. All right, next fight, we got another banger. This card right here is filled with bangers, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all. We got Magito versus Magito, and the first thing I said when I saw this fight was, oh, shit. We got Kamo versus Magito. Magito, he is a grappler, right? But he's really more of a striker. He would much rather be on his feet and strike. Kamo is a guy, he can strike, but he would much rather, be in the clinch, be wrestling, getting the fight to the ground. I think he'll have a size and a power advantage over Magito. If Magito is able to keep this fight standing the entire time, then I do give him, a bit of a chance in this fight, but I'm going to go with Kamo. I think Kamo is going to be able to use his strength advantages over Magito. Rather, he decides to strike or he decides to wrestle, which I think he will wrestle, right? I think he has a strength and size advantage over Magito, and that's going to be the difference in this. I got Kamo to win this fight by decision. Next fight, we got Sensei versus Caruso. Not really high on either of these guys. I do think Caruso gets the victory. Probably going to be a decision victory more than likely. Neither of these guys just, I'm in love with. But Caruso should be able to get this victory over him. And what I think is going to be a 3-round decision. Bit of a boring fight. All right, next we got Dara Kelly versus Mike Hamill in a fight that I think is going to be another banger. Mike Hamill wants to wrestle some more. Dara Kelly also is a good wrestler, but I think Dara Kelly is the better striker in this fight. Hamill has one game plan, that's to come out here and wrestle. I think Kelly knows that if Kelly can avoid spending the entire fight in the clinch and wrestling with Mike Hamill, who is extremely strong, then Dara Kelly should win this. I do edge Kelly to win this fight. But there is a scenario where Hamill just goes in here and he lays on Dara Kelly. Dara Kelly is going to have to, his takedown defense, and is going to have to be on point with this. Keep it standing, strike, right? Dara Kelly should be able to win this fight Darby Kelly for the win. The next fight, we got Dron versus Matos. I think this fight is going to be exciting. I'm going to edge Dron in this. I think he's the better striker. I think this predominantly going to be, this fight is going to be fought on the feet. I think even if, Matos decides to maybe clinch grapple, he's in trouble there too because Dron is better at the clinch grappling submission game as well. Dron should be able to win this fight on the feet, should be able to win it on the ground. I got Dron winning this. Stoppage possible, but Dron for the win for sure. Next fight, we got a Rosco versus Joanne. I'm probably not going to bet this fight. I'm going to take a Rosco to win this fight over Joanne. Neither of these ladies are very impressive to me. Not rushing to the book to bet this. It's probably going to go the distance. A Rosco for the win in ugly kind of fight, right? Don't bet this fight, but a Rosco for the win. Last fight on the video, first fight on the card, we got Dominguez versus Meek. Meek is the guy I picked to win his last fight over my Memphis, Tennessee native, Sweet Peas. He ended up losing that fight in what was a split decision. Those guys battled it out. Dominguez is the guy, he's okay on the ground. He's okay standing up. Most of his fights go to decision, right? Most of Meek's fights go to decision. So I am expecting Meeks to win this fight. Bad decision. I think he'll be able to control Dominguez, with his wrestling, with his ground game. And Meek should be able to get the win in this. What I'm finna do now with y'all, right, I'm about to give y'all my list of winners. About to let y'all know exactly who I picked for the entire fight card. We gonna make us up, a parlay, and then we gonna get up out of here. All right, running down my winners. The recap of my winners, right? We got Meek in the first fight. We got Rosco in the second fight. We got Dron. We got Kelly. We got Caruso, we got Kamidov, we got Shakalova, Primise, Justin Wenzel, Alves, Kogan, Carmuch, and in the main event, we got Rabadanov. What I'm about to do now is drop my top 5 most confident picks on y'all. The odds for PFL haven't dropped yet, so we'll come back to this. Make sure y'all check the pinned comments, but I am going to tell you my top 5 most confident picks. All right, this is my most confident picks. Section, right? We got Rabadanov, Dron, Kamo, Wenzel, and Kogan. Kogan got a tough fight on his hand. Kadimov got a pretty nice fight on his hand. Dron got a nice fight on his hand, but I'm confident that these guys should be able to get the win. This card is full of bangers, y'all. Like, make sure y'all tune in. But that's all I got for y'all this week. PFL fight breakdown and prediction. PFL card. PFL has given us, multiple cards in a row. You gotta love it. But it's kind of hard to waste something tea. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But just the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love.